In this video, let's take a closer look at how the simplicity of World of Warcraft Classic creates a more engaging, memorable, and enjoyable experience compared to modern iterations of the game. The video will dive into key elements like talents, gear, world design, and social systems to understand why less complexity often feels like more. 1. The talent system, easy to understand, hard to master. Classic WoW's talent system is simple on the surface. You have 3 talent trees per class and can allocate a point every level starting at level 10. There aren't endless subsystems or borrowed power mechanics to worry about. This simplicity allows players to focus on building their character in a way that feels organic, not overwhelming. At the same time, your choices matter. If you spend points unwisely, you might struggle in certain content. But the beauty is in the balance. While the system is straightforward, mastery still requires thought and experimentation. Modern WoW has evolved its talent system into a row-by-row choice format. While it's cleaner and arguably more balanced, it lacks the freedom and experimentation of Classic's trees. In Classic, the system itself feels like an adventure. You're not following a perfect meta guide unless you choose to. 2. Gear. Stats that make sense. Gear in Classic is straightforward. Strength for warriors, agility for rogues, intellect for mages. There aren't complex secondary stats like versatility or mastery to juggle. Players can quickly understand what's valuable for their character. This simplicity makes upgrading gear feel impactful. That new piece of loot might be only +3 strength, but you'll notice the difference. Even bad gear is useful. Players often mix and match to find creative solutions for specific fights or roles. In modern WoW, gear stats are layered with tertiary stats, sockets, and item level scaling. While this offers flexibility, it often dilutes the excitement. When a single piece of gear doesn't dramatically change your performance, it can feel like just another grind. 3. The world feels manageable, yet immense. The simplicity extends to the world itself. Zones are vast and interconnected, but not overwhelming. You don't have to track dozens of world quests or juggle multiple currencies to engage with the world. Each zone has its own identity, from the haunting forests of Tirisfal Glades to the arid savanna of the Barrens. Quest objectives are simple but immersive. You're not told exactly where to go, you're encouraged to explore and figure it out for yourself. Modern WoW zones are beautifully designed but often feel segmented. Fast travel, quest markers, and linear storytelling remove much of the organic exploration that made Classic special. 4. Combat. Straightforward but satisfying. Combat in Classic is slower, which some might view as a downside, but this deliberate pacing emphasizes decision-making. Every spell cast, potion used, or cooldown popped matters. Mana management is critical for casters, and even auto-attacking classes need to plan their pulls carefully. It's not about flashy rotations or optimizing every global cooldown, it's about surviving the fight. Modern combat systems are faster and more polished, but they can feel like a frantic button mash. The simplicity of Classic combat creates a sense of tension and accomplishment that modern systems sometimes lack. 5. Social systems. No bells, no whistles, just people. Classic simplicity extends to its social systems. There's no automated dungeon finder or cross-realm grouping. If you want to run a dungeon, you have to communicate with other players, form a group, and make the trek there. This lack of convenience fosters genuine connections. The players you meet while leveling or running dungeons are people you'll remember. The simplicity of these systems forces you to rely on the community, which enhances the social aspect of the game. While modern tools like Group Finder and cross-realm play offer convenience, they often diminish the sense of community. Players become interchangeable and interactions feel transactional. 6. The absence of feature overload. Classic doesn't try to overwhelm players with dozens of features. There are no daily quests, no reputation grinds for 6 different factions, and no mandatory progression systems like artifact weapons or covenants. This creates a more focused experience. You can log in, quest, run dungeons, or farm materials without feeling like you're falling behind on an endless checklist. Modern expansions often add layer upon layer of systems, creating a sense of feature overload. While these systems can be fun, they sometimes make the game feel like a second job. 7. Simplicity brings longevity. The simplicity of classic WoW is part of what gives it longevity. Because the game isn't overloaded with systems and content, players are free to create their own goals and adventures. This openness allows players to return to the game again and again, finding new ways to enjoy it. Modern comparison. Modern WoW often feels like a race to complete the latest content before it's outdated. Classic simplicity makes it feel evergreen. The simplicity of World of Warcraft Classic is its greatest strength. It strips away the noise and focuses on what truly matters: the adventure, the community, and the journey. In a world where games are increasingly complex, Classic's straightforward design is a refreshing reminder that sometimes less is more. So, whether you're slaying murlocs in Elwyn Forest or braving the depths of Black Fathom Deeps, remember, it's the simplicity that makes it timeless. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you prefer Classic's straightforward approach, or do you crave the complexity of modern games?